My name is Ryan Koff with UpcomingCons.com. This weekend we had the chance to interview Chris Patton at A&G Ohio 2010.
With conventions around the world getting bigger and bigger, one website brings you everything you need. UpcomingCons.com brings you insider coverage of anime conventions across the country, showing you the most complete on-the-ground perspective ever. We have live video recordings, interviews, an awesome host, complex convention analysis, and complete convention guides for both past and future events. With extensive pictures, cosplay, and conventions, you're watching UpcomingCons.com.
Hello, hi.
Thanks for joining us.
You're welcome.
We'll get straight to the questions.
Yeah.
We primarily know you from Full Metal Alchemist, Full Metal Panic, but what can you tell us more about the Chris Patton and what really
I mean, like anime-wise, or just
everything?
everything? Oh, schnizzle. Wait, can I curse?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah! Okay. Well, I mean, it's cool that people know me from Full Metal and Full Metal and all that, but like, I mean, just as far as the anime game goes, there are a whole bunch of other shows that I've done that I think I'm way more proud of than those two. Even though I think those are both really cool shows. But like, I just did an autograph signing and I was really stoked because I signed a lot of Princess Tutu and Welcome to the NHK, which is a show that was a total labor of love for me and very difficult. And I'm really excited because I just finished voicing Ashura in Soul Eater, and I think that's going to blow a lot of people's minds. If they think they've heard me play Crazy before, they have not heard Crazy yet. But apart from the anime, I'm a big book nerd. I read like crazy, as my Ford guest handler has taken me to Borders twice already for book runs, can attest to. And I'm a big theater geek and a music nerd, and I live for music and live theater and documentaries on the occult and ghost hunting. And and most people know this, it's not a big shock, but I'm a big roller coaster freak. Like big roller coaster freak. And here I am in Ohio, like the capital of roller coasters, and it's March, and so nothing's open, and I'm like, so wrong time, but that's all right. But that's me in a nutshell. Book nerd, music freak.
Tell us a little bit about you were recently in Rent. Tell us about that.
I played Mark Cohen in a production of Rent in Houston. That had sort of been like a 10-year dream of mine, and it was cool. But like the drawback was, I was talking to my handler about this. I hate referring to you that way, but I just think it's kind of funny because you kind of look at me with those eyes, like. But anyway, no, I was talking to her about this and saying the only thing that sucked about Rent is that for some reason I started. I'm so embarrassed to admit this, but I don't care because I fixed it. I started stress eating like horribly, and like every night after rehearsal, we would go to this place in Houston called 59 Diner, and I would eat like 2 milkshakes and a grilled cheese sandwich and onion rings and ranch. Anyway, I got fat during that. Like, I was a fat ass. I looked so disgusting. Like I saw the promo pictures, and I was like, oh my God, what is wrong with me? And so I was up in Funimation right the weekend before Rent was going to close, doing some work on Soul Eater, actually, and 2 shows that I can't talk about. And I was staying with Leah Clark, and she had this book called Skinny Bitch, and it's about, there's also one out called Skinny Bastard for guys. So, but it's about, it's, no, and it's about veganism, is what it's about. And I was like, you know, I've been a vegetarian and a pescatarian and a lacto-ovo-vegetarian, and I've always wanted to give up dairy because dairy always makes me really mucousy and it makes me feel bloated and disgusting, and I was so okay, I'll just say this. The weekend before Rent closed, I'm 6'3", and I weighed 200 pounds. Okay, and I was like, I gotta make some kind of a radical change in my life. So I became hardcore vegan, like overnight, I got hardcore about it. And I started going back to the gym, and Rent closed January 30th, and it's March 12th, and I've lost like 20 pounds, and I feel like all way more energized and lively, and like people see me and they're like, oh my god, your skin looks like it has a different color to it, like it looks healthier, and I'm like, yeah. So whatever. I mean, it's caused a big shift in my life. So, but that really doesn't answer anything about Rent. Rent was really fun, and it was a dream come true, and it was very much a labor of love. It was the most, I've done probably 50 or 60 live shows. It's the most difficult one I've ever been a part of. It was exhausting, thoroughly exhausting. I was always stressed out, and because Mark sort of carries the show, probably has like the most singing, and anyway, but I got awesome reviews, and the show was really well received and everything, so it was good. It was a good experience, but I'm putting theater to bed, and if I ever do theater again, it's going to be years from now, because I'm just uber focused on the voice career right now. I'm booking lots of commercials right now. I'm about to start on a really cool project in Michigan that I can't talk about.
Well, that leads right into my next question.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about what you are working on now, or what you can say?
Yeah, I can tell you that I just played a mermaid date rapist in a show called My Bride is a Mermaid. I'm working on another show that I can't talk about, and I had an audition for this show that required that I use an accent, and I think I'm going to be finding out a little ways down the line that I have a role in that, but I can't say what it is.
Can you tell us what the accent was?
It's an English accent. But and then of course Bacano just came out recently, and it's cool because I just recently got to watch it, and Bacano was sort of my return to Funimation. I had been away from them for about 2 years, and that was playing Graham Spector. It was sort of my welcome back to Funimation party, and it was such a challenging, insane, vocally demanding role. And I just got to watch, like, last time I was there recording Soul Eater, which I call Pole Beater, or Pole Eater, because it's dirty. They gave me my copy of Bacano, and I'm like, wow, sweet ass. And I took it home and watched it, and I thought it was really good. I was really excited. Cool.
So I was wondering, you talked about a little bit about the occult and veganism. Is there any special meaning of these symbols or?
Yes, there are. Okay, well, the pinnacle, it's a pentacle, not a pentagram, because the pinnacle is surrounded by a circle. It's a very misunderstood symbol, especially in like the 80s and 90s. There was a giant, what they called the Satanic Panic in America, and a lot of things were labeled satanic that weren't, etc., etc. But long story short is I'm a witch. And witches don't believe in Satan unless they're satanic witches, which is a completely different branch of witchcraft that has nothing to do with really what witches, whatever. So the whole point of the pentagram is a symbol. Oh, that's not the pentagram. The whole point of the pinnacle is it symbolizes the 4 elements plus spirit, and really it acts as a reminder of just the way the elements work in conjunction in nature, and it can act as a protection device or protection talisman. This one is more interesting, I think, because a lot of people know the pentagram now, the pinnacle. This is my talisman of Mercury, and this is actually a talisman of the god Mercury, and it's specifically a talisman for speakers, communicators, and actors, because Mercury was the god of speech and communication. So, as a pagan witchy type, I had never found anything before that related specifically to actors. So when I found this, I was like, wow, cool. And that's really it. I have another thing up in my room. It's the Celtic goddess symbol for a carrot. And believe it or not, my Catholic mom got me that for Christmas. I was so stoked because she's all like, come to be at peace with my witchy ways. I broke off from the Catholic Church, I guess, about 15 years ago, and I still, my whole family's Catholic, and I love them, and I respect whatever they believe in. That's cool. I even went to a Catholic Mass a couple of weeks ago, and I was like, so weird, oh my gosh. But whatever, they're down. My uncle, who's a Jesuit priest, he doesn't know. We don't talk about the witchy stuff. But anyway, that's what these are about.
Do you ever find the anime that sort of relates to what you're doing?
I find, yeah, in fact, there are 2 basic, well, this is really simplifying it, but there are 2 basic forms of magic that exist, and they're called high and low magic. But the interesting thing is high magic has a lot to do with the Hermetic principles and alchemy, which the show Full Metal Alchemist actually does really touch on a lot of things.